News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
More from Tuesday's Karma trial testimony, which continues today. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Thursday, December the 11th, 2014. Right now, the sky is cloudy. We've got 34 degrees. Roads are in good shape. Looks like we don't have anywhere near as much fog in the area as we have in the last couple of days. Hopefully, we'll be done with the fog for at least a while. Our newscast this morning is sponsored by Temp-Rite Service. For all of your plumbing and heating needs, just call Team Blue, the local experts, 728-1111. A former patrol officer who discussed gun laws with the girlfriend of a Montana man who fatally shot a German exchange student will resume testimony in the man's murder trial this morning. Former Montana Highway Patrol officer John Mike Frelick says Janelle Flager asked him about Montana's gun laws days before Marcus Karma shot and killed 17-year-old Darren Dede in the couple's garage. Frelick's a neighbor of the couple. He's testified that Flager asked about the law after they had been burglarized. Frelick said he told her about an incident in Kalispell in which a man shot an intruder who confronted him. He said he told Flager that if the couple locked their doors, they shouldn't have a problem. Prosecutors are trying to show Karma was intent on harming any intruders before he shot Dede April 27th in Missoula. During Tuesday's testimony at the trial at Missoula District Court, the state called several other of Karma's neighbors to the stand. Robin Rosenquist testified that Janelle Flager told her about a burglary April 17th or 18th. Rosenquist said Flager told her she had purchased a second baby monitor from Costco so they could see the intruders the next time they returned.
Because she had told me about the phone call, I said, do you really think somebody would come back again knowing how upset you are? And she said, oh yeah, he's coming back because we are going to bait him.
Another neighbor, Jessica Bracey, testified that Flager was afraid of being left alone with Karma going out of town.
I think the comment was made is, guns are loaded, and she definitely was going to take precautions to protect her baby. And she did say specifically, she said, but what I don't want to happen is I don't want to shoot some 14-year-old kid that's breaking into the house, to steal money for pot or something like that.
Testimony will continue today. A legislative rider in Congress's $1.1 trillion spending bill would delay protections for a wide-ranging western bird that's been on a collision course with the oil and gas industry. The Obama administration faced a September 2015 deadline to propose protections for greater sage grouse, but the spending package agreed to late Tuesday by Democratic and Republican leaders prevents the administration from spending any money next year on rules to protect the ground-dwelling bird. Two individuals are being sought by the Missoula Police Department for shoplifting at a local grocery store. Missoula Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh has more.
Yeah, on two separate occasions, one in November and now one in December, we've had an incident involving two individuals who have come into the Good Food store. And apparently their deal is to walk around and take food off the shelves and eat it while they're still in the store. And then, of course, they leave without paying for the items that they've consumed. And so we are seeking these two, one male, one female. They appear to be in their early 20s.
The Dine and Dashers left in a silver 2004 Chevy Impala with Montana plates. Welsh offers a brief description of the two individuals who were caught on film.
Both are Caucasian. The male was dressed in a dark-colored hoodie that zipped in the front. He was wearing a dark baseball cap turned around backwards. Appears to be medium-complected. He has a mustache and, at least in the photograph, dark-colored eyes. The female is blonde. She appeared to have been wearing a white or cream-colored hat of some kind.
Photographs of the two individuals and more information are on our website right now at newstalkkgvo.com. You have any information? Call Crime Stoppers at 721-4444. And speaking of law enforcement, now through New Year's Day, the Missoula Police Department's putting extra patrols out to reduce holiday drunk driving. Sergeant Greg Amundsen said the police department's joining a national program to keep drunk drivers off the road.
The Missoula City Police Department is going to join the national movement as far as Drive Sober, Get Pulled Over campaign through the holidays. And this year we're joining with the Montana Highway Patrol and the Missoula County Sheriff's Department to put out extra patrols. Those patrols will be funded by MDT through the STEP program and the Missoula County DUI Task Force here locally.
Amundsen said there's a no-tolerance policy for impaired drivers, and the effects will reach far beyond a fine or even a suspended driver's license.
There are certain jobs that you will not be able to get if you have a DUI on your driving record, and that doesn't even take into account the expense as far as the fines the court can impose and the increased insurance premiums you're going to pay for having a DUI. Most insurance companies increase your premiums substantially when you're convicted of a DUI.
Amundsen suggests choosing a designated driver before the party begins to ensure that everyone gets home safely and never mix alcohol with prescription drugs. The state livestock department might have to lay off or furlough some employees to close a $300,000 budget shortfall. The newspapers report the State Board of Livestock discussed the possible cuts on Tuesday. The department has until the end of the fiscal year, June 30th of next year, to make up that shortfall. Department Executive Officer Christian McKay will make recommendations to the board to consider during a December 18th meeting. Officials blame the budget problem on spending for brucellosis tests in previous years, a smaller contribution from the State General Fund for laboratory expenses, and a decline in income from brand inspections. Along with several other departing senators, Montana's John Walsh made his farewell address in the Senate chamber yesterday after asking Congress for a return to civility. Walsh, 33-year veteran of the Montana National Guard, brought up the problem of veterans' suicide.
If this country were losing 22 service members a day on the battlefield, Americans would be in the streets protesting. Congress would be demanding action. But that is exactly the number of veterans who die by suicide each and every day from across our country.
Walsh endorsed legislation that had recently passed the House that would help address the problem.
Yesterday, the House of Representatives passed the Clay Hunt Suicide Prevention for America's Veterans Act. And that bill now sits before this body, and we have an opportunity to act. We have an opportunity to pass it.
Walsh dropped out of the race for the Senate after it was revealed he had plagiarized part of his master's thesis at the Army War College. Republican Steve Daines will fill Walsh's seat in January. And here's a strange story to end our newscast this morning. Montana State University police say someone has been loosening lug nuts on the wheels of vehicles in campus parking lots to the point where the wheels could fall off. The Bozeman Daily Chronicle reports that Tuesday's warning was the second in 9 days. University police say at least one lug nut was missing from a wheel on 2 vehicles Tuesday. On December 1st, police said 2 students reported lug nuts were loose or missing from their vehicles. One said 4 of the 5 lug nuts were missing from one wheel and the 5th was loose. The student had driven on a highway before noticing the vandalism. Police advised drivers to check their vehicles and be alert for unusual sounds or erratic handling that may indicate missing lug nuts. Finals week. News Talk time now, 6:10.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
There is still a chance that we could see some patchy fog in the Missoula area, but breezy conditions off and on throughout the day, and the slight chance for some rain showers will keep the cool air out of the valleys for now. I'm meteorologist Mac Ray for KCI 13, your first alert station.